Hi, YouTube. We decided that we can't have enough of Bungo Stray Dogs, so we're doing one on Sunday. I know that means you guys get two Bungo Stray Dog reactions analysis this week. That's insane. But I do want to say, hey, friendly reminder, I am a psychologist. I'm not your psychologist, so please seek mental health in your area. Of course, along with that, if you're liking the reactions, if you're liking the analysis, if you're having fun learning new things, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video around, throw it up on Tumblr, throw it up on 4chan, throw it up on Reddit, throw it up wherever. I would love to build out the Bungo Stray Dogs community and actually have like deep analysis and go deep in it, you know? I feel like every single time, like, we build out our community this way, like we keep getting more and more people that genuinely love the show and want to have these discussions, and that means the world to me. It really, really does. Like, I can't tell you all enough. Of course, I have to ask this every single time because I'm still not, I'm still going through it. If you guys can help out and support in any way, shape, or form, or if you guys are like, there's no pressure in this, I'm still, suffering a little bit financially because of my brother's situation. But if you guys want to go ahead and help out, I do have a Ko-Fi here. Anything and everything is appreciated in any way, shape, and or form. And if you can't do that, no worries. Just make sure to leave a comment. Drop a bunch of hearts. Showcase that. That would be absolutely amazing, and I can't appreciate y'all enough. With that being said, there's a couple things I want to talk about. And hold on, and I kind of want to touch base on this because I think it's important. Where's it at? Okay, here it is. Let's touch a little bit on, well, two things. Number one, such an orphanage, the Mafia, and I'm assuming other actors. Why do you think I'm touching on these three elements? Because I think that there's more at play, and this has been kind of like bothering me. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's driving me kind of insane. Like I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking more and more and more and more and more and more and more, and I'm thinking about this. Look like a crime scene. Oh, I'm sure you look beautiful. What is the relationship and what is happening in here? One of the big things that I have in here is uh oh, this is what happens when I'm not fully seeing shit. Okay. When it comes with this, right? What is, in lack of a better term, hold on. What is the orphanage's role in everything? Like, how, like, is the orphanage kind of a, I don't know how to say it, a pass through for the black market creations, black, that maybe other actors in the Mafia are trying to get, i.e., the orphanage is actually an experiment on kids or adults needing attachment. Like, what is the orphanage, right? And that's sort of where my mind keeps coming into it, right? Which is like, what is, like, what defines this orphanage, and what is the in relation with everything else? Even with the Mafia, we come to find out that, like, Aku's, I have such a low XP bar, like, like they have some sort of relation with Dazai, right? So Aku and Dazai have some sort of shared history, but even past that, what are their other actors in here? And how does it all come together? How's everything coming in? And you might be thinking, Ed, why are you pulling up Bronfenbrenner's ecological theorem? Well, simple. When we take a look at this, we have to understand that, like, past individuals, yes. Can you still call Akutagawa tuberculosis TB man? Yes. That's my nickname for him too. Like, TB man, Oh, hold on. And I highlight this because people often forget. Like, people seem to forget that ecologically, as things go out, things come back in. But if this is the society, this doesn't seem like a safe society, right? So it's making me wonder this. For this society in general, for this society in general, what happened? Because clearly this society is not functioning within a normal distribution or lens. So something major must have happened that allowed society to develop into this way where like these individuals are clearly carrying a lot of power, clearly carrying a lot of tension into the society in general. So again, like what actually happened in this world? What happened in this society, chat? Like for example, what is the dissolution of societal norms to have this detective agency, mafia, superpowers, orphanages that are clearly shady as shit. Not that we don't have that already, but it's making me wonder like society as a whole, what happened to this world prior to us even touching the first episode? Like what happened that affected society to like be shifting in these directions where it's clear that there's higher levels of individuals at play kind of trying to get their needs met, right? And kind of affecting the ecosystem as a whole, meso, micro, so on and so forth, right? Did something major happen? Is the society like, for example, and you guys might be thinking, okay, well, let's talk about that. We're taking a bit of a sociological lens, okay? This is a sociological lens altogether. Does it mean that, like, for example, in this society, there was a, and as I mentioned, dissolution. They're in a major recession slash depression. Is this society war torn? I.e., usually when there's war, when there's recession, depressions, that sort of element, bad actors tend to go ahead and come in and fill in gaps, right? Fill in visible gaps in society so that they can profit. Is this society actually more along the lines where everyone knows what's happening, but it's more, I don't know how to put it, like oligarchical, however you spell that, in nature, right? Like, are individuals in positions of power only there because of money and influence? And is that how we get a lot of like the mafia and other people taking instances in there? You know, exactly. Or did they start developing later on in the history? And even more so, right? And this is gonna sound weird for me to like state this out there, right? Because we're going into this. Is this a society where the like where it's eating itself, right? Where even when someone's making progress, society as a whole just eats or destroys this person in order to keep society kind of like this, right? Under the control and guise of those individuals in power. So in a way, is this society kind of cannibalistic in nature? Not necessarily saying that they're eating each other, but just that society as a whole is it's imagine this, right? The best way that I can put it. Imagine that there is a nice, beautiful apple right here, right? And there is like in as a society, for the most part, you always want to show that thing, right? And there's a bunch of other dead apples on my other hand, right? However, what am I going to listen to? Am I going to praise the live apple, or am I going to go ahead and make it the same like the other dead apples that are in the area, right? Like, am I going to try and standardize it in that way? So, what I'm getting at is when it comes to the society as a whole, where are we getting to, right? More so specifically, how is this society? How is this society as a whole cannibalizing itself? Or, yeah, do ability users tend to fall into positions of power more often? That's sort of what I'm getting at, right? Or is it just like individuals with positions of power being pushed out there, you know? Like being pushed out there to control society, manage it, and do what they have to do. We know that there's clearly a police force, but the police force couldn't do anything to Saikuno or TB Man or whatever we want to call him. Got here late, but hello, Kyon, welcome on through. I hope that kind of makes sense, and you guys are starting to see my perspective on this, like through a sociological lens. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Totally makes sense. Cool. And this all comes from this. Like, again, this is brought from Brenner's ecological theorem. For example, I can take a look at my area and I can already tell you that there's a lot of cracks in it, which showcases that there's a lot more systems at play, you know. Also, please make sure to join the Discord where they're having live discussions on this on a crazy basis in an area where I can't necessarily join. Anything else? Any questions before I jump into this chat? Before we jump into the episode? I know we're getting shorter and shorter, which is good because it means that we can focus more on the anime in of itself. Freak Show, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Oh man. Yeah, no leading questions, please. No leading questions, or else I'm gonna get you like this. Honestly, why do I feel like this is gonna be me at the end of the series? I'm like legitimately just gonna have a whiteboard with all the pictures tied in together and like putting Dazai and like one of the things and like going through like yeah the red lines connecting everything to yeah. I have a feeling like everything's just gonna slowly be coming in, you know. Oh my god. 100%. Yes, you will. No, no, no. The design is secretly I. Oh, what's that? It was from Oshinoko. Anyway, anything else, chat? Okay, then let's go ahead and jump right into it. I don't know. I don't have a reason to stall. Let's do it. Take the word type.
もとより、やつがれの目的は貴様ひ。
Question for you. Do people die when they are killed in this anime? Like, because I know they took some pretty heavy shots and everything, right? I know 0.1. It just made me remember episode 3 and sort of the sister getting, you know, getting Bonnie and Clyde. Like, do people like? Because then it comes in with the aspects of like how much grief is Atsushi gonna take in that point in time, you know? And not only that, what does that mean for him psychologically if he has to deal with the guilt of people stepping in and intervening because he was a target, right? Imagine this, right? People tell you that you are the target and you alone and everyone else is disposable, so they're able to kill everybody else. What does that do to you? What does that do to you? How does that impact you? And even more so, like how do you even take up space, right? And I feel like for a big reason, I wouldn't even mind if and this is gonna sound stupid, and some of you guys might disagree with me. If Atsushi keeps coming back, Atsushi is my trauma boy, okay, chat? Atsushi is my trauma boy. And if you have something against Atsushi, you have something against me. Because my boy has or CPTSD. PTSD-C, which stands for post-traumatic stress disorder complex, right? Which usually comes from experiencing trauma for a prolonged period of time that comorbids or mixes with like anxiety and other diagnoses altogether. Which would make sense that any triggering event or detail triggers an aspect of PTSD-C, which we keep seeing the orphanage pop up because they don't have a safe space to heal. when we look at Atsushi, I wouldn't even mind. And this is a realistic psychological take. If throughout the series, if we keep getting Atsushi improving and then relapsing because of his PTSD, right? A triggering event, something to do with like, oh, well, you're disposable. Any command like that, right? That pushes him into like all of a sudden thinking about his time at the orphanage, going back into those feelings because he hasn't had a safe space to heal. So for example, let me put it this way. How many of you have gone through a breakup or a bad breakup or a bad friendship, did like dissolving or anything like that, or a close friendship dissolving, right? A lot of us have, right? Here's the thing. How many of you, and we follow this, right? Where a venomous snake comes out of the comes out of the area and bites you and slithers away. Instead of going to the hospital and dealing with the venom, you decide to chase after it and say, hey, why did you bite me, to try and get closure. Instead of healing, you decide to chase after it to try and go ahead and get closure instead of healing. Is Atsushi having the ability to heal at this point in time? He's having his base needs met, but he's not there yet. So if Atsushi keeps relapsing, if Atsushi keeps relapsing, or if Atsushi, by the way, if I do have like streamer hair, just know these headphones do this to me. If Atsushi keeps relapsing or going into that, it's because he really hasn't had the ability to fully heal, to have his hierarchy met, to be able to see a therapist, Does he even have a place that he actually belongs to, But the reason why I'm saying, like, whenever I talk about like that snake, it's like, hey, guess what? A lot of us do that when we go through a breakup or through a relationship dissolution. We feel like we need closure, and instead of taking the opportunity to heal or to do whatever, we try to chase after the snake and ask it, hey, why did you bite us? What happened? I thought we were friends. I thought we were here. Yeah, he needs a hug. Chat, drop a heart in the chat or in the comment section if you would give Atsushi a hug. If you would allow him the opportunity to start healing. What do you I think the first step for him is? Honestly, to find a home. That's gonna sound crazy, but he needs to find some place that he belongs. That's the first step to start healing, right? Stable, grounded foundation. Oh, everyone dropping hearts. They all need hugs. Really? Thank you.
そこに転がるお仲間はいわば貴様の巻き添え。僕のせいでみんなが。しかり、それが貴様の業だ、ジンコ。貴様は生きてるだけで周囲の人間を損なう。僕の業。異能力。僕の業。
What is he doing, chat? He's internalizing that blame, right? It is my fault. The fisheye angle, which we already talked about in episode 3 as to what I think that could mean, right? But let's talk about this a little bit, right? Chat, for you, how many of you blame yourselves for actions that are outside of your control? For things that like you can't even necessarily control or allocate or accomplish in any scenario, right? Or you internalize things. That's a cognitive distortion. Where does this come from? What is happening, right? He's personalizing it, right? He's like there's a lot of different aspects in here, right? What is going on? What do you see Atsushi doing, right? Too many times. Yeah. So with cognitive distortions, we all have them in some capacity, right? We all have them in some capacity. Unfortunately, instances like this really impact us because we've been growing up and we've been told to shut up, right? We've always been told, like, for example, you got good grades at school, but you got like a 90 or an 89, and immediately people told you could have done better. So like they don't even praise you for the good grade that you got. This student gets good grades in school but overlooks it and tries to explain their good grades as simple luck or a fluke instead of the hard work that it took to get into it. Overgeneralizing, jumping to conclusions, catastrophizing, personalizing everything. where you know what, like, and personalizing could even be like, hey, people don't like me. Hey, you know what? I don't think people like me or my craft. I have this issue. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have this issue a lot. That's one thing that, like, unfortunately, even as a creator, you know, at times it's like, and it's not necessarily attending a party and thinking like everyone else is busy engaging with others. It's more along the lines of like, hey, as a creator, sometimes I'm like, hey, you know what? It's the same type of video as like this other person, exact same thing, but the algorithm pushes it forward, and it's like, you know, what is it? Is it me? What's going on? You know, so on and so forth. As creators, as individuals, we all have a different cognitive distortion, right? So what comes into mind, right? Like what affects you guys? And for Atsushi, what particularly comes through for him, right? Is he catastrophizing? Is he jumping to conclusions? What do you see? That's the big question. I think with Atsushi, what we're seeing is the fact that this is gonna live in his head, right? And this is called the grief brain, right?
人間を損なう
Go self-care yourself, exactly.
僕のこう異能力
野草の
Oh,
ここ
oh, they have a doctor? Ain't no way. Medicines, like different little cabinets. This looks like the stereotypical, like, you know, when they go into like a high school anime and there's like the nurse sensei, you know, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, hey, yo. Oh wow! Now it's reminding me of Apothecary Diaries with all the little boxes. The infirmary, yes.
気がついたか小僧。
国木田さん
まった
Oh,
くこの忙しい時に貴様というやつは。
国木田さん
まったくこの忙しい時に貴様というやつは。
for Kunikida, do you think he cares about Atsushi? During such a busy time? Yeah. I think he does. He doesn't have to be here, but yet he is, right? Atsushi could have woken up and just been alone, right? But Kunikida was waiting for him to wake up. So it's like, even though it's a busy time, Kunikida still values him. Kunikida's a good teacher. Well, let's put it this way, right? Like, clearly there's a lot more going on, and I'm pretty sure that we're about to find out what is actually happening. And I wouldn't be surprised. By the way, I only have a couple pistachios left. I wouldn't be surprised if more comes into being from this, right? Like, now that like Dazai and you know there's an open challenge out here, what is gonna come through from this? Do you think it's gonna sound crazy? Crazy here. I've been thinking about it. Well, also chat. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. Would you double pistachio with me? Chat, would you double pistachio with me, please? Comes off as a very storm person, but he shows concern. Absolutely. Absolutely. No quieres pistachio, Lena? Yes, of course. Thank you, Aku. I appreciate you. I don't have any pistachios. Yes. Thank you. Double nut. Oh hell yeah, let's go sketch. Let's pistachio together. Kun's trying to be firm on what he's saying, but you sound soft and tired here. Yeah, because I'm assuming they're dealing with quite a bit, like especially with this revelation and everything that's coming through with it. It's like, hey, now we have the mafia on us. Now we have everything going through with that, right? I love Kunikida like characters; they're great. I have a question. It's a silly question. I was thinking about it, and I was gonna ask it on Friday night's discussion, after discussion. Do you guys think that Dazai has anybody believes in his perception that anybody actually actively cares about him? Like, who is the closest person to Dazai at the moment? That's the question. I've been thinking about it, right? And then even more so, considering how smart Dazai is, do you think there's a benefactor in place for him. Hair is gray out of stress. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Probably Kunikida. Yeah. I think considering how they can communicate with one another, I just hope that Kunikida doesn't betray Dazai. It's gonna sound crazy. My big fear is this: Kunikida is a very agency. Yeah, Dazai is avoidant dismissive, right? And I think Atsushi is slowly gaining that trust, but Kunikida really has the agency here, right? But if there ever came a point where he has to choose between the agency and Dazai, who would he pick? Would he sabotage Dazai at any point in time if it's meant to protect the agency, or vice versa, right? Or whatever that may mean. Anyway, sorry, chat. My mind's going crazy thinking about relationships and how they tie in and how they yeah, the agency probably. Anyway, we keep going. We keep going. Oh, they did a phenomenal job, Kelly. Who is this ginger though? What? Why is this don't get me wrong. I know I talked about it last time. Why does this ginger have drip? I like the old man. The old man looks like a straight up gangsta, But this ginger just has drip. Love his hat, yeah. Lemon not suave enough. I love lemon. Whew. Hold on. And his martial arts is actually really good. What the heck? So a back axe kick coming down to a roundhouse. Look at the way. Oh my god! Hold on. Sorry, chat. Dazai literally has to be trained in some high level martial arts. I know it's an anime, but the way he blocks it, right? He's blocking it with his shin and then with his forearm as well. It's very Muay Thai. It is actually very, very good blocking. For Mr. Ginger here, he needs to have his guards up, But looking at this, it really makes me think I don't know. I think with Dazai, if you can't use your powers, you got to be good at throwing hands, You'll love the ginger. I hope so. You're infatuated already. Knows way too much. You have to remember, I do have a black belt, right? And my family owns a mixed martial arts gym where we train a lot of UFC fighters that come out of the state. You guys might not believe it, it might not look like it, but I actually teach a lot of kickboxing, karate, Muay Thai at that gym, and my brothers and whatnot are experts in jujitsu. I know a little bit of judo, all of that sort of stuff. Dazai equals Denken, yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm looking at this and I'm like, huh. I've been involved in it since I was 3 years old, 2 years old. I know. Oh! Oh! Them just capital. I can't wait for that fight. I don't know this guy, but why do I like him already? I feel like this guy has such a mask maybe. Like I don't know. I like the outfit. It's so Sherlock Holmes that I'm just like yes, yes. It's so Sherlock Holmesy that I'm like yes. Look at the outfit. Look at the cape. Look at the drip. He's one of your favorites.
僕は 僕はマフィアに襲われて
You know, it's interesting that like Aku attacked you that way, right? They really thought that you wouldn't have a leg to stand on, both literally and metaphorically. But you clearly came out to be on top. I know Trauma Boy was on. Imagine that though, because I'm pretty sure that you could still feel that, right? Like getting a limb torn off, going through all of that, right, and still having the persistence and the ability to fight back, right? To say, hey, I'm gonna transform into this. You got to stand up for himself. Exactly. Exactly. Oh. Oh.
そうだ国木田さん谷崎さんと直美さんは
安心しろ。二人は無事だ。
Oh, nice.
本当ですか
Yeah, wait a minute. One of them took like 100 shots in the back. One of them was just taking straight up back shots, you know, like how like just like a straight up machine gun in there. Like how? Unless it's an ability, you know, flesh wounds, just flesh wounds.
ああ。谷崎は今隣で与謝野先生が治
Ah,
療している。
okay.
まったくいい感じに大怪我してくれたもんだね。
Look at her chat. My girl. I had to stop for a moment here. I got all flustered. Wait a minute. God, she's so weird. I got all flustered. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, chat. I'm gonna turn off the camera now. Hold on. Why did you fold immediately? I instantly folded. Just hey, yo, hey, don't judge me too
が
much.
治療している。
まったくいい感じに大怪我してくれたもんだね。谷崎、そんなに私の治療が好きか
Your brother dead, Illumin?
い？じゃあ今回は特別コースで行こう。
Hey, yo! Wait! Wait! I'm confused. Wait! Hold on. Wait a minute. No. Wait. Where are we going with this? I am confused, Senora. Wait. Here's a wild one. Here's an interesting one for you guys. Why do you guys think that BDSM is or you know, for a lot of people, being in a sadistic masochistic relationship is very popular or a thing? I'll show you guys. This is green. Green doesn't come up good. All right. We're going to call this baseline. Right? Our body operates on baseline for the most part, right? Trust. However, our brain, and this is why our brain at times goes ahead and confuses everything. Pain and pleasure activate in close to the same region of the brain. Pain and pleasure activate and release endorphins close to the same part of the brain. Not only that, right? So you guys might be wondering, wait a minute, why do we see individuals take on these roles? Well, let's talk about trauma and control. And that's a big thing, right? If you've gone through a lot of trauma, they're kind of the same thing exactly. If you've gone through, like, because for example, for some, and just as a scenario, right, for some individuals, right, any form of physical touch is repulsive, right? For other individuals, physical touch, oh my god, it's the best, right? Like just a simple touch. For some individuals, it's one or the other, and our brain, like, and ultimately our experiences lead us to go ahead and understand this. So why am I bringing this up? Well, because a lot of people seem to not understand fully. And yes, I am bringing the table up. And you guys will have to deal with it for a bit. Oh, here it is. This is the periodic table of cake. And I bring this up because, again, sex plays such an important role for a lot of people's lives. A lot of people aren't able to fully understand the different impacts that it has in it. Yeah, absolutely, Buttery. You can swing at any point in time from one severe to the other. There's good and there's bad touches, right? Like, how many of you guys have ever been with a partner or with a friend or whatnot, and they touch you one time and you're like, oh, this is great. And then they touch you again and you're like, ugh, like you get the shivers and you're just like, stop, right? It happens, right? Because sometimes, like, again, we are complex creatures. But one of the big reasons why I highlight this is there's a whole table that talks about sexology and the kinks that affect us in either a positive or negative way, right? There's vanilla stuff, there's all of this, there's paraphilias, there's 1,001 elements out there, and it's being updated, on a yearly basis because there's a lot of stuff out there. So with this, let's talk about trauma, and I think I talked about it last time, and sex. What is sex in general, chat? I know we're getting a whole lesson out of this, or the aspect. Yeah, we're going to talk about sex first before we go into anything else. What is sex, chat? And chat goes silent. What does this have to do with any of this? Well, we're getting a little bit into this, and we're going to talk about it to understand this character. Sex can be intimacy. It can be intimacy. What else? Sex can be a way to relieve stress. Sex can be for reproduction. Sex can be for fun. Sex can be power. Exactly. Sex can be trust. Sex can be a way to for dopamine. Yeah, pleasure. What else? Deep connection for some people, absolutely. Sometimes no connection. Vulnerability, yeah. Love for some, yeah. Look at all the exploration, yes. Look at all of the things that sex or sex-related things can be. And this just comes from a big aspect of your list. Ain't that wild? Ain't that something else altogether? So why do you think when I'm talking about, for the most part, look, when we talk about sex, a good portion of the population falls into this, right? You guys have seen these before, right? The bell curve, right? A lot of people fall into the middle of the bell curve. Trauma, however, can put people's exploration of sex on the extremes, right? Where extreme, risk sex or no sex, right? A way to connect, yeah. So whenever we talk about trauma and instances like this, at times intimacy and sex can be such a hard way for individuals to connect with one another. If, for example, individuals that have experienced CSA, which stands for Child SA, you know, at times a big portion of their power and control has been taken from them at such an early age that most of them, you know, most individuals lie on the extremes, right? Where at times they might want to go ahead and take, you know, behaviors like, hey, you know what, I want to be in full control, I want to, you know, I might be sadistic in nature, there might be hypersexuality, there might be huge instances where I need the power in order to feel relieved and in order to feel comfortable in instances like this, right, to get my release. On the other hand, there might be individuals that are like, I'm scared of even getting touched, and if I have a partner that touches me in just a very soft way, you know, Dazai method, like that's already a huge step for them in of themselves, or no sex at all, right? No, just complete hyposexuality, which is not asexual, right, by the way, because this is caused by trauma. Does that make sense? A way to connect. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the many F's when we look at the F's, right? Fight, flight, so on and so forth. So we look at this trauma response and we're looking at all of this, and it makes me wonder, for this character, what is in her backstory to feel more exactly more comfortable in helpless situations? Like, what is in her backstory? And more so, like, for this character to already be like this, was she always this way, or did something happen in her past that made her want to go, like, because again, pleasure, healing others, and yet having this control and the sadistic nature coming on through? Where does this come? That is the question. Oh, okay, I guess we gotta wait. Hold on, I'll let you guys. Damn. Chat. Damn. All right, we're back. You ready? We're straight up not word star. I feel that. By the way, I hope you guys are enjoying Bungo Stray Dogs in general, especially the past couple of analyses. But also, I hope that this allows you to kind of see some characters that you like might come off and they're overtly sexual, or just completely not into sex, hyposexual, or like afraid of sex in general, and know that there's something in there. And by the way, if you're in either extreme, right, or if you're like, hey, you know what, if you're in the hyposexual area and you're kind of interested in sex in some capacity but not really physically there, one of the big things that I will show you is like, first off, have a good partner, right? And even yourself. Self-exploration is always healthy, no matter what people may say. Self-exploration is always healthy, and being in touch with yourself is huge. But also having a partner that's able to go ahead and listen to you and give you the space that you need, right? To be able for you to be able to go ahead and feel safe and secure is extremely important, right? Whether that's through telephonic means, or, you know, distance means, or, you know, whatever that may mean, right? Because there's 1,001 ways. Oh, here's a question. And I guess here's a big one. And one that unfortunately I have to argue a lot with a lot of males that come in for couples therapy. All right, y'all ready for this? Here's the question. Does sex always have to be penetrative? Exactly. No. Exactly. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of misinformation out there, and one of the big things that I'm seeing on my end, and I want you guys to be aware of it because it's still happening in this day and age, where there's a lot of males that, like, if it's not penetrative, it is not sex, and for them it's like, you know, that's the only way that they deem value in a sexual relationship. And I'm like, no. And then toys are threatening for a lot of cis straight relationships for some reason, and having to talk about the fact that there's male toys and other stuff out there for them is a whole wide aspect of like introducing them to a world of like power, control, and trust with one another, you know. So I bring this up because when we're looking at this character that's coming through and giving their treatment, it's making me wonder, where does this come from? What does that look like? And what aspects of power or control may they be wanting? Yuck. What's threatening about toys? What do you say, males and females instead of males and women? Men and women. Well, because there's more to it, than just like, for example, we have our non-binary pals, and there's our non-binary pals. From what I've seen, for the most part, they're very aware from what at least from what I've encountered. They're very aware of a lot of like different aspects towards sex, more so than a lot of males and females. You know, straight cis males and females. And that's just what I've encountered so far in my therapeutic lens, which is kind of cool. I feel like I've learned a lot more from them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of my non-binary pals. Hyper but stupid, almost the only going category, which is genuinely funny. Males deal with toxic masculinity at times, yeah. But also, when we talk about power and control, this is why. Usually when someone in your life has, and you guys might be wondering, what are you getting at? When someone in your life has taken something, or you feel like they've taken one of these things away from you, there's always an instance to try and get that power back later on in some capacity. Either that or going into hopelessness, right? Where you're just like, you're so used to it. So for the character, for the girl that's doing this, it's making me wonder, this is where it all comes in. What happened to her? Let's keep going.
治療ですか、これ。
聞いたぞ小僧。
はい。
お前は裏社会の闇市で70億の懸賞首になっているらしい。
え
？70億か。出世したな。ボートマフィアが血眼になるわけだ。
70億。
もとより、やつがれの目的は貴様一人なんだ、ジンコ。
そういうことだったのか。
どうしよう。マフィアがこの探偵社に押し寄せてくるかも。でもどうして僕が。
うろたえるな。確かにポートマフィアの暴力は苛烈を極める。
Right.
だが動揺するな。動揺は達人をも殺す。師匠の教えだ。
逆さまです。手帳。
Oh no. Yeah, you wouldn't freak out.
相当焦ってる。説明がわやわやだ。それだけ探偵社の危機ってことなんだ。僕のせいで。
So he's really internalizing all of this, right? Like, Kunikida is really unintentionally funny. He's trying to keep his composure, right? But Atsushi is really internalizing all of this. I'm putting everyone at risk, right? This is all because of me. You know, everything's like, I just bring misfortune to everyone. He's jumping to conclusions. Yeah. Oh, Kunikida!
最悪の状況に。
Oh.
自分のできることを考えておけ。
今の僕にできることか。
ところで小僧、さっきから探しているんだが、俺のメガネを知らんか。
Me at work sometimes, I'm like, where do I put my glasses? And they're right on my head. Kunikida, oh. Relatable, buddy. Oh shit, it's the old man with swagger. Hold on. Oh shit. The aura.
君、仕事中に失礼。なんだあんたら。我々も仕事だ。
We're here for work as well.
実は最近、我々ポートマフィアの匂いを横流しする不埒な連中がいて、ここがその拠点だという噂を聞いてね。とりあえず証拠を探してる。荷物の中を。
Run. He literally run. He's about to kill everyone, isn't he? Like, the fact that this gentleman, this aura of an old man here, has come through and is explaining this run. Corre. Run. Yeah, bro, Chacho, he's so polite. He's so, like, the aura with him is like he's just about to, like, destroy everyone. My man he blew open the door. Oh no. Oh no, brother. Imagine what that would do to your internal organs, dude. He blew open a door like Okay, so he's terrifying. GG's. GG's. He's just absolutely terrifying. Ref, do something. He got it all twisted up. Which I think kind of showcases like the amount of control and unruliness that the mafia has, right? At the end of the day, he probably smells a lot like cigarettes. Yeah, either that, cigarettes, and like some sort of alcohol, whiskey if he drinks with alcohol or something like that. But key thing that I'm getting at is this is just showcasing that no matter what, the mafia is gonna exert their power. But is the mafia the only one here? And that's the real question. When we look at a ecological model that we showed at the very beginning, there has to be other people at play here. Otherwise, you know, it really wouldn't matter that there were tigers up in the black market. So then what other factors are at play here? How big is the port mafia compared to the other factors or other agencies that are out there? That's my big fear is we're being introduced slowly, right? And there's like 5 seasons of this show. So I'm assuming that there's a lot more, because if the black market was completely controlled by the port mafia, then there wouldn't be a need to necessarily strike immediately while the iron is hot. Blast him. Oh no. They all have this weird thing with death, don't they? Aku, this guy, after a job well done, after taking lives like this. So then if Dazai was a part of it, how many people did Dazai kill? Or was he active in? Chat. Is Dazai now more towards like the aspects of freedom, of like liberation of life, now that like he's kind of on this side? Like, what does that look like? You'd assume a lot. Yeah, 100% Aku.
皆殺しだってよ。ひどいな。軍警察が言うにはポートマフィアの武闘派、その中でも特に凶暴な実動部隊、黒トカゲってやつらの仕業だって。
The Black Lizard.
特殊部隊並みの戦闘力を持っていて、
しかも恐ろしく残酷な連中だ。
Sheesh.
ポートマフィアの黒トカゲ。もしそんな奴らが探偵事務所を襲ってきたら。
Again, this is like straight up just reinforcing it, yeah? Reinforcing the fact that, like, oh, this is me, they're coming after it. Like, the anxiety, the stress that might come through with it. Like, he's already imagining, jumping to conclusions and whatnot. Who knows? You guys have superpowers. You guys have the abilities. You guys might be able to go to take them out, right? What is it? What's the saying? Like, throw out the baby with the bathwater, everything, right? Just drop kick them off the window, whatever you need to do. You sweet, sweet, traumatized boy, right? Oh.
最悪の状況か。
はい、
Oh.
どなたですか？
僕だ。
ジンコ。そうか、探偵社で渡した名刺を見て。先日はお仲間に助けられたようですが、次はそうはいきます。
Look at the way that the lights are portrayed. It's very similar to when he's a kid at the church, right? The way that it's showcasing the fact that he's in this deep dark hole, and again, he would rather die in a ditch than, you know, have his friends be like showcase this brutality or whatnot. Like, it's showcasing his mental state. Like, you know, it's like that little kid that, like, you know, instead of talking and communicating it out, right? He never really left that place in his mind. Exactly. Exactly.
せんよ。それでご用件は？
僕は探偵社を辞める。辞めて一人で逃げる。捕まえてみろ。
なるほど。だから探偵社には手を出すなと。
Oh, my sweet summer child. Don't you know that this just kind of invited them to, like, they know you're scared? You took the initiative to call thinking that you're going to go ahead and resolve it this way, but they know you're scared, so it might just go ahead and prep them. Yeah, literally. Literally. He self-sacrificed.
黒トカゲを呼べ。
I'm not a wizard, you know, this is all just human behavior at the end of the day, right? Put yourself in their shoes. Like, oh my goodness, dude. Did my guy work like one day and then quit? Like, that when it comes to this, it's like understanding the fact that, like, your enemy is scared. Your enemy has called you. Your enemy has given away that they're terrified. And that's their biggest strength. He's really trying to help, but oh boy. Oh boy. I love this show. Wow.
Oh, こんなところにおったか小僧。お前のせいで大あらわだ。最悪の状況になる可能性が高い。こいつを運ぶのを手伝っ。
Notice that he's saying, hey, like, he's not like finishing the sentence, like, but it's okay, we'll get through this together. Like, even in the little steps here, right? Like, help me carry this. Like, it's not like, yes, like, it's the worst case scenario, but you're not in this alone, you know? I'm looking at Atsushi, and it's one of those things where, like, he's trying to self-sacrifice because, again, he doesn't fully know that he's not in this alone, right? He doesn't have to go through this instances alone. Like, he doesn't have to suffer. He doesn't have to, you know, all of these things. But it's, I don't know. I just find it crazy that, like, Kunikida, even non-verbally, is kind of showcasing, like, hey.
心配いりません。もう最悪の状況にはなりませんから。この探偵社は安全です。
はあ？おいこら、手伝え小僧。こんな時にどこへ行く？出て行け、こきつぶし。お前などこの孤児院にもいらぬ。
Yep. Question for you guys. I had a feeling. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to trigger a lot of this stuff. Do people not like Atsushi? Like, if this comes up throughout the seasons, do people think that Atsushi is like a crybaby or something? A genuine question. Yeah? Call it annoying? Kinda, yeah. Some people think that. People say that they show his flashback too much. I've seen a lot of people in the fandom, but they disagree. I've definitely seen the fandom calling. I think this is a really good representation of trauma. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that this is a really good representation of trauma because at times, people go back and relive that memory time and time again. I've seen a person that's 63, I believe. An older grandmama. Literally, like, the sound of a bell, like the bells in the reception would trigger them, and they're thinking back to when they were a little kid, when they were 10, 11, 12, and one of their family members would take advantage of them. And so, like, you could start hearing them just like start breathing hard, and like their brain is constantly going into that. And imagine growing your entire life, right? And anytime you hear that, your brain is triggering you to go back and relive that memory. Yeah, sadly, a lot of the characters trauma get misread or reduced in the fandom. Many people are bothered by those flashbacks, but why? You know, I think that's the big question. Is like, why do people like bring down the impact that this actually has and showcases that mentally they're not at a baseline level. They're still in their past. Atsushi is still that boy in the orphanage.
どこぞでのたれ死にでもした方が世間様のためよ。
Oh shit, chat. Oh, and he doesn't even light it? No!
遅い。2分遅刻だ。じいさんは神経が細かくっていいね。
Black Lizard Commander.
なんか陰気臭い場所だな。
Why do I have a feeling? Why do I have a feeling that they're going to be dealt with kind of easily? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe the old man might be some trouble, or like, the ability users, but like everyone else is probably just going to be dealt with these.
銀の野郎はあいつも遅刻か？もう来てる。後ろだ。
Oh.
相変わらず気味の悪いやつだ。勘に触るぜ。
And he's fast as fuck!
やんのかよ。やめろ、グズども。二人とも襲撃に際し戦死と報告された。
Black Lizard leader. Okay, so leader and commanders. Calling Camellia.
わかったよ。食えないじいさんだぜ。
Why is everyone in this show so pretty? True.
集合した。
ご苦労様です。
それで我ら三名がかりで潰す目標とは？
目標は武装探偵社の事務所。
Oh no.
探偵社人庫ではなくか。
前回の失敗は探偵社の妖怪が原因。同じ鉄は踏みません。
So what's this agency structure like? Old man, Black Lizard. Commandos. henchmen. We have what, like Saikuno / Aku. We have this girl, Suit Girl. Higuchi. Okay, Higuchi. I'm sure that there's got to be more, though, right? Because we haven't seen it. But what is this agency structure like? My XP bar is low. You know, Aku at the very top. Just because of how dramatic it was. Don't do Aku dirty like that. But are they all on the same line, or is it more going up? That's what I want to see. Is I want to see and understand their organizational chart. It might sound crazy, but like if you understand an org chart and you understand where everything's at, you understand the power like the power dynamics all together inside of it. That's why I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, how does the power run, right? How does influence go up and down, and would a leadership change affect that altogether? Yeah, Dazai was above. I'm 100%. That's what I believe.
構いません。
了解した。
Sheesh. Oh no, those eyes.
芥川先輩が探偵者ごときに引くなどあってはならない。
死を恐れよ。
Fear death.
殺しを恐れよ。
Fear slaughter.
死を望む者等しく死。
Those who desire killing
望まれるがゆえに。
have an equal desire to die.
無価値な人間に息をする権利はない。その覚悟は良い心がけだ。お前が生きる意味をやつがれが与えてやろう。
Oh.
ついに私は生きる意味を見つけたのです。
That shift, right? I have finally found the reason to live. That shift.
ついに私は生きる意味を見つけたのです。
That's a crazy shift, right? Also, for this girl, right? If the whole reason to live is to go and hunt down others, I do wonder, because right now their hierarchy is completely broken if they're being used in this way and their power and control is being taken away from them. If they found someone to, like, you know, relate to or to showcase that they're not bad, if this girl, you know, that is clearly being influenced by TB Man here, like can switch, can be like, can connect with others, can form that sort of attachment, you know, that's a big aspect altogether. The instant contrast. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, is that is so great, right? Like, I'll give you a reason to live and you know it's not good.
ついに私は生きる意味を見つけたのです。
You also know that it's probably not a good thing when Dazai says that I finally found the reason to live.
生きる理由。いや、生きてきた理由と言うべき。
Oh, okay.
そう。私はあなたと心中するために今日まで。 と言うべきか。生きる理由。
The double pistachio chat. Dang it, Dazai.
生きてきた理由と言うべきか。そう。私はあなたと心中するために今日まで生きてきたのです。きっとそうです。ああ、美しい人よ。
お一人でどうぞ。
お一人で心中はできません。
ところで太宰さん、ちゃんと生命保険とか。
I feel like this. I feel like this anime asked the right question, because I was just talking about benefactors and stuff for Dazai. Like, you know, has he even thought about this? Has he thought about death in episode 1? Like, you know, how it impacts others. Like, the anime, like, this show just brings it up, and it's like, all right, let's explore these questions. Because you probably haven't paid anything off. Let me guess, right?
美しい人よ。
だってだいぶ溜まってますよ。うちの息子もしまだなら紹介しますけど。せいめいほ。
Oh no.
あなたのその生活力が眩しい。
そんなはぐらかし方すると4階の探偵車に乗り込んじゃいますよ。
Oh.
その行動力はもっと眩しい。
Ah, shit. Here we go, chat.
ぬるい奴らだ。
Meanwhile, he does know he could just open the door, right? Like, at this point in time, like, he doesn't need to destroy a door. He needs the aura. He needs to be dramatic. Shh, that poor door, the repair cost. Nah, everybody in the Mafia has to be dramatic. It's to assert dominance, you know?
貴様たちは
失礼。探偵者なのにアポイントメントを忘れていたな。それからノックも。
Don't tell me he threw down the door because he wanted to deliver this line. This is a Port Mafia theater group. Don't tell me that he threw down the door because he needed to deliver this line. I love my theater mafia. Dude, this is so great. Fuck ass theater kids. Dramatic as hell, dude. Bro was practicing for it has like a bunch of lines for being able to say this. One-liners are vital to the operation.
オートマフィアの黒トカゲ。
ま、多めに見てくれ。用事はすぐに済む。
Now they're attacking their egos. Oh.
あの人たちの言う通りだ。
I like this aspect of reflection with the mirror behind them, right? Or with the mirror on the side of him. Like, that is such a powerful way of showcasing it, right? Like a reflection of yourself while you're... Also, this random can just thrown there, what? Good reflection.
しかもこの方向は
Half in light, half in shadow.
なぜ探偵者がすいません
He almost got isekai'd. Oh my god. It's all because of me. Yep, you've internalized it. I think this is a powerful episode just showcasing Atsushi's like mental state and how he internalizes a lot of these elements, right? Ultimately, Atsushi is an individual that no matter what may be happening, he's really taking this into himself and really like, you know, in a big aspect, like he feels responsible for everything that's going on, right? That's huge, right? With that though, I do think that superpowers are probably more effective than gunshots.
みんながやめろ
Oh shit! Yo, Kunikida! That fucking throw! Yo! Woo. Damn! With the roundhouse kick too? Look at... Damn! He's like, I'm still not done drinking. In heels.
これだから襲撃は嫌なのだ。業務予定がまた大きく。
They really throw off our budget projections. They come in, they cause damage, and our budget's out of whack now.
オフィスのリフォームと壊れた備品の再購入に一体いくらかかると思ってる？
機関銃と派手な襲撃だったわね。今回近所から来るクレームにお詫びの品を
Your turn to go around the neighborhood.
行くのは国木田君の番だからね。
Oh my goodness.
結局最悪の状況になってしまった。
最悪の状況ってこれ特殊部隊並みの戦闘力を持つポートマフィアの武闘派ってあれ
国木田さん、こいつらどうします？
窓から捨てとけ。
了解。
Just throw them out the window. We're a couple stories up, you know. We're a couple stories up. Just throw them out the window. It's fine.
いつものことながら襲撃はもう本当勘弁してもらいたいな。
Wow.
いつものことなの。ポートマフィアよりこの探偵社の方がぶっちぎりで物騒じゃん。
さよなら。
Sayonara.
さっさと片付けを手伝え小僧。
Oh, goodbye, old man. Have a nice trip. Sayonara.
まったくこの忙しいのにフラフラと出てきよって貴様も探偵社の一具。
Oh.
できることを考えろと言っただろうが。まあお前にできるのは片付けの手伝いぐらいだろうが。
It's like Kunikida knew. It's like Kunikida knew that like he like knows that Atsushi was like doubting himself in his role in this agency and like delivering this line of like, hey, you know what, all you can do is clean up, right? In a big way is telling him like, hey, you're a part of this agency, like don't leave, like there is one thing or some things you can do. Like that is so good. That is so good. Like in terms of just like minimalistic writing, like not outright saying it, but saying it without saying it, I think he's oblivious. Yeah.
自分のできることを考えておけ。
そっか。
Oh. Oh.
貴様、ヘラヘラ笑ってる暇があった。
I think Kunikida might have been a great teacher. I think Kunikida might have been a phenomenal teacher. Ah, my heart. Oh, he even softens up when he sees that he's crying. Hug him. Oh. Oh my goodness.
なんだお前泣いてるのか。
泣いてませんよ。
泣いてるじゃないか。
だから泣いてませんって。
これだからな。まったく最近の若いやつの典型だお前は。仕事を命じても勝手に遊びに行く。ちょっと叱ればすぐに泣く。
違います。
And he makes it lighthearted. He turns it around so that he doesn't have to dwell with it. And Kunikida turns it lighthearted. My heart, dude. My heart at Kunikida is growing at the fact that sometimes, like, you know, he knows when he can be a little strict and criticize and be tough about it, right? And then at times he softens up just enough to recognize, recognize that like Atsushi needs a little support, a little, you know,
これは違います。
だって泣いてるじゃないか。
泣いてるけど。
oh.
これは違うんです。
I gotta say, this episode is a really good, like, I feel like the other episodes were like meat heavy, which is great, right? But this episode really just gave a deep dive into Kunikida belonging. That's huge, right? Finding a place that he can that he can call home. That is huge. Like, that's a big way of, like, you know, and I know we spent like an hour 45 here, almost 2. That's a huge way of showcasing, hey, Kunikida is finding a home. Kunikida is finding a place where he can belong and people that he can relate to. Oh, my heart. Him tearing up at the end. Oh, found families is such a good thing. It is. Oh, man, this anime. This anime. Ah. All right, guys, we got a dino dance. This is this amazing ending song. Oh, did it? The side touching Atsushi's head. Oh. You could say how you are. Oh. Ooh. Chat, do you think that maybe the reason why Atsushi is in water and Aku is in blood is because maybe Dazai is fixing the sins of his past with Atsushi and actually helping him stay clear and, you know, follow sort of a higher path, a better path? And maybe he left Aku at a point in time where he was most vulnerable, and so he had to drown in the sea of blood and, like, you know, i.e. kill a bunch of people, whatnot, to try and feel something, hence why he's crying blood, because ultimately Dazai never came to him and saved him in the same way that Dazai came through and saved Atsushi, or is saving Atsushi. That's a very interesting imagery at the ending, right? I don't know. I don't know. I.e., Atsushi could easily fall into Aku's path or path, you know, if left untreated, or, you know, yeah. I think so, Kimeji. I think so in some capacity. Never even thought about that. I just think it's very, very interesting. All right, hold on. We don't do previews because it's going to spoil, so yeah, the outro makes you tear up. Anyone else's dinos are out of sync? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, what'd you think of the episode? What would you guys rate this episode out of 10? For me, this is a really good setup episode and a really good, just intrinsic, like, psychological episode of understanding the psychology of Atsushi and sort of what he's going through, how he's blaming himself still and trying to find the place that where he belongs. You know, that is probably what I would rate it. You know, I think that this is a probably good set, like 7.5, 8 out of 10 for me, because it, like, the other episodes were banger, you know, but I felt like it's setting something up, and that's what's beautiful. Not every episode needs to be high tier, every single one, you know, but the ending and the emotional weight behind it is really, really good. Atsushi more of a footing in the agency. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the general stage over in the Discord. Allow you guys the opportunity to come through, chat a little bit, because next Friday, this coming Friday, there's gonna be. Hold on, let me go ahead and. Hold on. BSD4. Yeah, because this coming Friday, there's not going to be a Bungo Stray Dogs episode. Unfortunately, it is. I have a celebration at work for my birthday that's on Saturday. You know, so that's a big aspect. You know, altogether. So we might do episode 4, maybe on Saturday on my birthday or on Sunday. You know, one or the other. I hope you guys can come and join us, though. I think that'd be fantastic. Everyone on YouTube. Alrighty, hold on. Behave, please. Yes, guys, please no spoilers. You know, as I bring you guys up here, I'd appreciate it. Don't spoil it. You know, talk a little bit about the episode, about what you like, about you know, any questions that you've had, so on and so forth. That would be fantastic. Altogether. Inside of that, thank you for the happy early birthdays. I appreciate it. But yes, if you like the episode, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. That whole ordeal, it would mean the absolute world here. Happy early birthday. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and start off by, I guess I'll bring Eli up. Hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing, Eli? Let me put your name up here. Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not the best at talking.
Oh no, you're A-okay, but also hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I was wondering, like, out of all of the characters so far, who would you say is like your favorite?
Dazai. Easy.
Okay.
What about you
That is
so
so
far?
valid, to be honest.
Thank you. What about you?
I have to say Akutagawa. Akutagawa is my favorite, absolutely.
You like Aku? Okay, tell me why. Now I'm curious, without spoiling, please.
Yeah, without spoiling, I don't know. I just find him to be a really deep and complex character. I love him so much. Oh my god, I can't put it into words. I want to give all of the characters just a huge hug, man.
Why do I feel like Aku's been through so much trauma and, like, you know, so much stuff that, like, his actions at the moment, yes, he presents like as our antagonist, but I don't think he's an antagonist. I think he has like a lot of gray to him.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can be an antagonist, and of course, like, well, there can be reasons behind your actions. I think a lot of the characters in Bungo Stray Dogs have been through a lot, so you know.
Also, we have Rain here. Sorry, I have to bring up the expert with us.
Hi.
before
Oh my
totally
god.
fine.
before they go to school.
That was very quick.
Yes. But overall, what do you think about the like episode 4? For me, episode 4 it was a good setup episode, and I think just a good reflection of Atsushi's mind.
Oh, episode 4. Oh my god, I love all of the episodes so much. I feel like people complain about Atsushi's flashbacks, but it was such a huge like moment for him. Of course, it's going to be repeated, like, and it gives us so much insight as to why he thinks the way he does. When you've been told something like since you're a young child, or even at like any age, if you've been told that enough, of course it's going to stay in your mind, and you're going to keep thinking back to it.
100%. Well, with that, like that's why I was bringing it up. It's like, why do people look at Atsushi like a crybaby?
Yeah, I really think it's just kind of, well, fandoms, I guess. A lot of mischaracterization goes on, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't understand why so many people say, oh, Atsushi is just a crybaby, just get over it. Like, you can get over trauma that easily. So,
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
yeah, a lot of people not understanding his character.
Well, I actually forgot what I was going to say then for a moment, but oh well.
But no, like I guess for you guys, what would you guys rate episode 4 in general?
I'm not gonna lie, I would rate it like a 7 out of 10. I feel like it has to be a 7 out of 10, only because I feel like it wasn't it. Of course, like it was good, which is why it's a 7. But I like a lot of plot, I guess. So yeah.
You like a lot of plot?
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. You know, I can't really put it into words.
Well, and I'm assuming that the episode to come, I guess episode 5, is probably going to start picking it back up again, because it's like we need little breather episodes after that intense moment in episode 3 where everyone's just kind of getting taken out.
Honestly,
You will
I
love
really can't
episode
remember.
5.
Will I?
Yes.
I hope so. I hope it's something that you can enjoy watching.
Well, I'm loving
Absolutely, I know that.
I'm loving the show so far. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing another episode today.
Absolutely. It gets like so good without any spoilers, obviously.
When are we gonna see the boy that looks like Sherlock Holmes? Like in like, either supporting Atsushi or an episode or something like that.
I think we might see him relatively soon. I can't
Hmm.
really remember, but I know that he makes like a lot of appearances, obviously. So
Oh,
Oh, I remember, and yeah, it's very soon.
okay. I'm excited. I'm
I'm
really
so hyped
excited.
for that. I remember I made my mum watch Bungo Stray Dogs with me, and she basically hated that character. But oh well, I guess each to their own. I guess.
She hated that character. No.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, how?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't get it. I love that character.
Yeah,
Well,
anyway, I actually have to go now because I have like such limited time right now. I'm so sorry.
no worries. But thank you. How do you say it? Ellie or Eli? Or
Eli.
thank you, Eli. I appreciate you coming on through and joining us, and I don't know, being a part of the community. I appreciate it a ton.
No problem. Bye bye.
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 Hi, Rain.
Hi there. It's currently 8 a.m. here.
Doesn't that mean that you have to start getting ready for school?
Uh, I am already doing that, so it's okay. I can multitask.
Oh gosh. Okay. Shall we bring some more people on? Also, how are you today?
Oh, I'm fine. Luckily, I didn't make a mess in the bathroom because I just finished dyeing my hair. So yeah, it's all good. My deposit is safe.
My deposit is safe.
And
Oh.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, but yeah, I wasn't able to sleep, so I just kind of had a tube of hair dye and rolled with it. And now
oh.
I'm here. I'm super happy.
Oh, Rain, I'm gonna get you in trouble for not sleeping.
Oh, no, no, no. You will not. I'm fast.
You're fast. All right, let's call up Vance. I think
I'm fast. I can run.
you can run. I'll catch you. Like I was about to say, like let's see who's
No, no.
faster. All right, shall we call up Vince then in time? And wait, what is that? I don't even know what that. Rose, and Zai and Nula. We have quite a couple of people that want to come on. So let's see.
Yes.
Hi, Vince.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi there.
I'm good. Luckily I just finished work I was doing right before the stage started, so I could come on.
You finished it just in time.
Yeah.
So, how was work, first and foremost?
It's all right. I had to work on writing a paper.
Oh, nice.
But so for this episode there's like I think maybe 2 or 3 things that I thought would be interesting to know. So I know at some point you asked kind of about what are Dazai's does he have any plans for like if he succeeds with, his attempts
Uh-huh.
and his kind of like what does he think of people caring about him? And I think something interesting is like from the very first episode, he kind of says he wants a clean death without having to inconvenience anyone, right?
Right.
That's the way that he phrases it. And I think that's an interesting way for him to put it, especially because it it seems like almost as if someone who says that would think the act of him no longer being there itself wouldn't be a bother to people, you know?
Right. Well, I twofold, right? Because isn't it like the longer that we live, the more that we make connections, and the harder it is for us to not like our deaths to not inconvenience someone.
Mhm.
So it does make me wonder, like the more ties and more connections as we make, is it gonna be harder for him to actually go through with it. I know the double pistachio joke he keeps making with everyone, right? Which is great. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, well, but in an instance like this, it's like for himself as an individual. I don't know how else to ask it, so I guess I'm just gonna say it. Is the agency in a big way? Is he gonna start to realize that maybe the agency in of itself is like he has to separate himself or distance himself from the agency in some capacity because he is going to start to inconvenience them.
I
That laugh, Rain. I don't know.
Yeah? What? What? I didn't do anything.
I think considering what we know about Dazai so far is especially going back to the guessing game about the previous professions, right? It already kind of just going off of what's been shown so far kind of shows a bit of distance regarding that, considering that doesn't seem to be knowledge he's shared with everyone else. The way it's been presented. So I think it's an interesting way to look at it from the putting distance between himself and other people aspect.
Well, I think even the way that he's dressed up, right? His clothing, right? The way that he sits, the way that he tries to showcase certain things. For me, it just showcases that Dazai is like trying to put up distance, but yet we as humans, unfortunately or fortunately, like we yearn for connection as well. So we're complex beings, right? Like it's like if you're ever in a toxic relationship and you're like, I'm gonna break up with them, they're toxic, but at the same time you're like, but I love them, and you're like, it can be very similar. And I wonder for Dazai particularly, and I do have to ask this: does Dazai have a lot of sins in his past that he's in a way making up for?
So, I guess you'll find out. Eventually. Maybe.
There's a lot of questions to be asked about him. I will say that.
So follow-up question.
Yes.
Was Dazai ever Aku's teacher or sensei or big brother figure or anything like that? That's sort of where my I don't know, feeling in that relationship comes through.
We shall
it could
see.
be, because they were in the same organization, so
they're
probably
at the very least familiar with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are doing great. You guys are phenomenal. I appreciate y'all for not answering. Like legitimately. Like legit, you guys are. I think even Twitch chat is like the silence as it should be again. They're doing great, guys. Drop some hearts in the chat for them because it's not easy being asked these questions, and at times like it's me just being a dumbass and being like, oh yeah, you know what? Like this is a really good question that I need to ask, and it comes out like to the point where mods are even like DMing me and being like, Ed, stop asking questions.
No, we're trying not to say anything, but I feel like we have the BSD telepathy working right now.
We're reading each other's thoughts through the screens here, I think.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, you guys are so
absolutely.
in sync.
Even
it's
during the
crazy.
silence.
So, okay, follow-up question here. Are there other organizations? Like, do you guys believe that there are other organizations out there aside from the Port Mafia? I do. I full-heartedly think that there's other organizations that are like at a higher threatening level than the Port Mafia. Yeah. No,
I mean, just looking at the world building, it's highly possible.
I mean, I think if you consider like any modern setting in general, there's likely to be other like all sorts of powers at play, whether, you know, just in anything. I guess it just
Yes,
depends
like
on
we have the detective agency, but like it's a very similar word to ours. Just they have powers, so it's possible.
like obviously there's the normal institutions, like they've mentioned the ADA is kind of responsible for those gray areas or difficult cases that the military police and stuff aren't able to handle. So I guess it depends on the involvement that those other institutions would have in this series.
Absolutely.
So sound weird.
Mhm.
Nah, she should probably keep this one.
What?
Because I'm thinking about how this world can become unfair towards certain characters if it wanted to, and showcase that like you have to live even through the adversity that life is going through. You know. So I'm wondering if, even though they have superpowers, if in of itself, if that can be a curse.
I think
I love this question.
you might be able to see that with Atsushi just a little bit, with how he like kind of treated the tiger when he discovered it. You know, it was kind of, it's kind of the source of something that from his perspective kind of uprooted his life, you know? So I think there's definitely that aspect that you could consider.
Well, because comes in like, what is Dazai's power called?
No longer human.
No longer human.
So wouldn't it be messed up if in some capacity the ability for him to take his own life away was taken from him, and he is literally no longer human, or has the ability to take his own life? Take away the agency.
Nice take. I like this question. I like where this is going.
Take away a person's agency, right, through their powers that they do have, and all of a sudden it becomes a very hard-hitting, depressive kind of anime. I mean, it's already there, right? it can lead you
definitely.
towards like life and like living, but it's like, how do you live with like, or I guess in an aspect for Dazai, how is he becoming more human in a way that he can no longer be human? Or if he thinks he's no longer human, how is he becoming more human? It's just interesting. Sorry, y'all. I'm
No, I think this is great. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on things like this.
Well, thank you. As always,
Yeah,
you guys
it's
give me
really
a lot
nice.
you guys give me a lot to think about. It's always like I look at the anime and then these conversations with all of you start like triggering my brain and like being like, wait a minute, like what if it goes down this way, and what does this do to the relationships with everybody else, right? And then even more so, like I guess comes the real question of like relationships that are being built and established. The other one that I have here is like, will Kunikida at any point in time betray Dazai? And by that I mean, like, what comes first, the agency and its people, or the friendships that you've established?
I have a question. Like, what made you think this as a possibility? Because I'm really curious about it.
About which one?
About the thought you just had with Kunikida.
So what made me think about this was, I was thinking, if I was a writer, right? I'm gonna put Eli. I'm gonna put your guys' name up. If I was a writer and I'm trying to tell a story about life, right, and about living, what comes through is like sometimes in life and living, you end up hurting those that you love the most, either accidentally or by circumstance, right? One of those that we keep seeing and that I was kind of hard shipping at first was what is the ship between Dazai and Kunikida called?
Kunizai?
Kunizai, I think.
Kunidai, yeah, sure. Kunizai, there you go.
Kunizai.
Yeah. Kunizai. So I was hard shipping it at first because of like the way that they're able to communicate with one another. And then came in the question, right? Because one of the big things is I think normally as like the psychologist Ed, but then I flip it and I think about it as like evil Ed, which is how would I destroy these characters? And, and I would throw out a circumstance, something along the lines like, for example, Dazai Kunikida, right? Sorry, I'm writing in the whiteboard in case you guys are just in Discord and you guys can't see. For Dazai, put him in a circumstance where he has to keep something secretive, which he already does for the most part, right? Secretive. He's doing it for the people he loves, but they don't know or cares about. And ultimately, you know, it's a big action that's going to have consequences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for Kunikida, you just flip that, and it's like, yes, they all like care about one another, but for them, put him versus an agency versus Dazai, right? And then again, you're doing it for the people you love to protect. They both might be doing it for the same purpose, right? Both might be trying to do what's best for the agency and for people they love, right? But if a scenario like this ever comes up, Kunikida might actually betray Dazai. Because Dazai is not really the best at communication.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting thought. I think there's also, if we're going like with that way of thinking, I guess you could consider like how different they are in terms of their personality with that too, and how they might respond to certain situations. Because you know, Dazai is very nonchalant and comes across as if he would do more risky behavior, while Kunikida seems like, you know, very strict. So
Oh, 100%. But even past that, let's put it like this. What would come out if let's say Dazai's past were to be made public?
Very interesting question. Because technically, like, he was in an like illegal organization, and now he's technically working with
law enforcement,
an agency that works with with the police and stuff. So it's kind of the opposite.
But yeah, like social trust and all the other aspects wise, like Dazai's past has so much weight, baggage, that it can destroy the agency, its reputation. People can literally start rallying up against them. So it's a very it's a fine line that you have to manage for people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I hope that kind of makes sense as to why my thought process is there. I'm also thinking, like, for example, with the president that or guy that we saw, I think episode 2, right?
Yes.
I hate to ask it, right? But considering we've only seen him in one episode, is he even gonna live throughout the series, or is there gonna be a power gap?
You'll see.
No.
We barely met the guy yet.
I know, but like they've showcased the other characters.
Yeah, give it time.
Anyway, any other questions, Vince, before we put you back down and bring someone else up?
Just like one other like short thing, kind of addressing like what Eli has said on the topic of how people treat Atsushi and kind of like react to his expressions of trauma and stuff like that. This is more just kind of on a general thing on how people treat male MCs. Someone said this in the stage chat earlier, but it's kind of like I don't know if you know this, but Shinji from Evangelion, he's probably the biggest example I can think of people responding negatively to male characters who show weakness and things like that. So I think with Atsushi, that's kind of a product of that mindset in the community, and you know, toxic masculinity, expecting male characters to always tough it out and things like that.
My big ask
Yeah.
well, my big thing is I love how vulnerable Atsushi is. Like I know some people might not like that, but for me it's like, hey, this is actually, a real person, or it feels like a real person.
Hmm.
Yes. More Atsushi appreciation, please.
It's kind of disappointing when people are very dismissive of like the troubles people go through and things like that, because you shouldn't expect people to be totally strong all the time when they've experienced bad things since they were young, you know? It's very unrealistic.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's only 18.
Hmm.
He's still a youngin.
People forget that.
His brain hasn't even fully developed yet. Like he's still a youngin. Like, yeah.
Like, and if you think about it too, him just being shoved out of the orphanage like that, it kind of like, you get the impression this is kind of his first time stepping out into the world, and all of a sudden he's experiencing all these crazy things. So
Yeah, that too.
I think it's his response to things like, getting attacked in an alleyway and having his leg cut off is I think that warrants a little bit of panic there.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's already traumatic as it is, but
Mhm.
if you add this, yeah, it's a very bad experience.
Yeah.
And adding on to that, the agencies, just taking him in after, from what we've seen, he hasn't had a good childhood where people were caring for him or were kind to him. And I think it's him panicking at the thought of that being endangered is a reasonable well, I wouldn't say, I don't know if reasonable is the right word, but a realistic response.
Well, yeah. I mean, what? Like, it's his first time out. There's fight, flight, freeze, fawn. All of the different emotions that we go through. So so far, what I've seen, it's like he's a pretty realistic character.
Hmm.
So, no, absolutely. Well, thank you, Vince. I appreciate you coming on and talking to us again. You're wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Of course, anytime. I'm gonna go to drop you back down. You're amazing. I hope you know that. Practice some self care, okay?
You too. Thank you.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.
Ah, are my questions getting better, Rain? I hope they are. The further I go into the series, the more I'm
Oh,
thinking.
they're always on top.
All right.
Like you're always on fire. Don't even worry about it.
No, you. No, you. You help out so
No,
much.
you.
Hi.
Oh,
I don't know if my
I feel
mic
like I'm
working.
not doing anything.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How you doing?
I'm good.
Hi.
Just so you know, like, first of all, feel free to call me like Rose Inc. Doesn't matter. Um, but like one question.
Uh-huh.
Actually, first I want to say, like, guys, please be considerate of the moderators in the chat, please. It's just I see like the constant stressing, and it's like, oh yeah, guys, please be more considerate. Um, aside from that, um, I'm very glad you're enjoying Bungo so far. I'm very happy that like, one, I came across it, like your like videos.
Uh-huh.
Two, I'm very happy with like how like, obviously this has been said before, but I'm very happy with how detailed you are with your discussions, with your analysis, with like how you constantly like go back to like confirm or like check your like help explain it to us. It's like amazing. Um
Oh, absolutely. I was gonna say, first off, thank you for watching the hours long videos. I'll be honest, I didn't think that many people would like a 3 hour long episode one analysis, but considering that many of you guys are here, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, but also, I hope you like first, and also thank you for coming on and speaking. It takes a lot for someone to come on through and chat and speak and all of that. Uh, but I do have a question for you. Who's your favorite character so far?
in the current episodes we've watched, it's Yosuno, the doctor. Um At least
Ooh.
from like yeah. I love Yosono. I like can't wait for you to like get like all the characters established. Oh my god.
I-
Um
I'm so curious about her backstory. I am so curious about her backstory. Like,
um
go ahead.
As you
oh no,
should.
continue, I'm sorry. I was just checking the chat. What do you call it?
Oh no, I
What
was
question
just
I have?
interjecting.
Huh? I'm
No,
so
no, no,
sorry, man.
sorry. I was just interjecting.
It's fine, don't worry. Just my mic is my speaker is very low, so I'm so sorry if I have to ask you to repeat things. Um, but one thing I definitely do want to ask is what are your feelings on like the agency so far? Like from what you've seen of them. I totally forgot if this has been asked of you so far. Uh,
Well, which are the detective agency or
the
the
detective agency, yeah.
mm, mm, I I don't know how else to put it. I love the fact that it's there, but at the same time, it's making me wonder more about the sociological impacts of things. Like, what sort of world is this in? Like, is this in where we have these superpowered individuals? Like, it leads to a lot of questions. Like, for example, is this a world where like after like a great war, is it like a depression world or depression recession world? Like, what is the need, or like how does an agency like this establish itself? And even past that, I do find it funny that the people at the agency are all kind of weirdly unique in a weird way, where it's like they're all such lovable characters, right? But if it was like a standard person meeting them out on the street, it'd be like, oh, that's a little
Mm-hmm.
weird. Like they're a little kooky, like in an interesting way, quirky. So it's like, how do they manage to run even with like everything that's going on there? You know. Hmm.
Yeah.
Also, what sort of clientele are they usually seeing? That's the big question too.
Yeah, especially like cases the military police can't handle. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Exactly. Also, Aku in the chat says next week I'm going to write down questions so I can participate. I hope so, Aku. I want to talk to you as well. Anyway.
Ooh, I can't wait for them to ask. Oh my god. Um now, um I would like to point out within episode 4, like I know I like within the Twitch chat I like commented on like the bottle. Um but I would like to point out that like in the animation it purposely does like a like a clink thing um with Edogawa with the bottle he's holding. And then they referenced that like shine thing in the next scene with Atsushi. I thought it was like cool to think that it was like to reference him thinking about them.
Mm. I do, and I think that's something
Hmm.
that Bungo does really well, which is like it's the little moments, the little moments in the show where it all kind of reference one another, like cinematographically speaking. It's all beautifully like interlaced. I like the show.
Exactly, it's why I really like the anime, even though for some reason, obviously it's justifiable that some like anime and manga watchers, readers, I don't know, have like this sort of animosity towards the anime because um with like the scene with Yosuno, people were like constantly like, "Oh, it's an added scene from the like anime only."
Mhm.
Um and I would like to point out that like there are a lot of anime only instances.
Okay.
Like with the waitress in the 3rd episode. Um I was actually very surprised because like whenever I watch these watch the stream, I have the manga out because like um while you're reviewing it to see if like these like hints you're catching like are like within there, and if you were to read the manga, would you catch up on this? Surprisingly, there are also a lot of added scenes
Yeah.
that um are very present in like the anime that aren't really touched on upon because it's it kind of like elevates like the like I said, they're like hints that like you know the whole on episode 3. Oh my god, when you were reviewing episode 3, I was so dumbfounded because like you catch on to like everything dot after dot after dot. And it's like like it just made me appreciate the animation more so much. Um with that, I would like to ask you, what was your like so far, what was like the most what was your favorite thing that you kind of like found out that was confirmed so far?
I gotta go back to episode 1. My favorite thing kind of confirmed or whatnot was how they were getting information out of Atsushi at that like dinner table thing. Ah,
Yes.
that like blew me
Awesome.
away. I'm still blown away by that.
Honestly, it was like that's mostly what got me hooked. That like like especially with like how like you were able to like detail with the body language because like obviously animation and like manga are two completely different mediums. So
Yes.
like um so like that's one of the best parts about the anime is that it's animated and you can see their body language more clearly.
Exactly, and it really like I don't know the nonverbal communication that like is clearly happening in the animation. It's like, oh my god, looking at all the tactics that Dazai is using to like not have to speak or like to get Atsushi to open up. It's incredible. I'm like, there's a lot of thought that was put into that one little scene, and I'm like, ah. So I guess the question that I have for all of you is: have other like people analyzing that first episode or reactors noticed that?
No.
Yeah, not
That's
from
a
what I've
really
seen.
easy answer.
No.
I feel like I'm ignoring you, Rain. I would like to ask you the same question. What was your favorite thing that
Oh
like I
no,
kind of
don't
uncovered?
worry. No, don't worry about me. I'm just here vibing. So, my favorite thing about this episode, or in general,
Or like
like
what
from what
Ed
we've
has
seen
gone
so far.
over?
Oh, there are a lot of scenes that I loved. For this episode, it was absolutely the moment when Atsushi started crying. Because for me, it was a really key moment because we've seen that in the past he was told he wasn't allowed to cry, and in that moment it's just a turn for him and for his perspective on things, for me, in my opinion, because I mean he allows himself to cry, to like he for the first time in his life he feels like he belongs somewhere, and it's okay to be like that, and it's okay to even have some issues, because they showed him during like the first episode it's okay to be a weirdo, it's okay to be like this and work at the agency. So I really really liked this moment.
Honestly,
That's so real.
with the detective agency being filled with weirdos, I think he's the most normal one there, which is kind of cute.
Oh yes.
It certainly feels like that. Um, I think this might be the last thing I will ask. Um, I mentioned I was going to draw uh Dazai as like Willy Wonka because like one of the joke assumptions you made during episode 3 specifically. Um, I would like to ask which Willy Wonka would you want that to be? Um, and later I'll ask like where I should post it.
Honestly, any Willy Wonka. I do think that like Yeah, I was about to say, I do think if you post it in general, then just tag me.
Okay. Also, like, last statement, Trust.
Uh-huh.
When you were like, "Oh, was Dazai part of a yakuza?" What, or like the things he's covering in his bandages, tattoos?
Uh-huh.
Like, I was so dumbfounded by that because, like, technically that means you did guess what his former occupation was, and it
Yeah,
wasn't even
in
brought up.
episode 1.
No. Well, it's because like apparently Japan has like this very big stigma against tattoos, right? Or like mostly only
Yeah.
yakuza. So that's how my brain connected that. I'm like, oh, he's all covered up, and I was like, oh yeah, he probably has some tattoos. I didn't think that it was gonna like link up this way. That's
Still, how?
Yeah, you have a superpower, and and I hope you can continue to enjoy using it while you review this series.
Thank you, but I was about to say I don't really have a superpower. I wish I did. I'll clink my glasses up and pretend like I do. But yeah, no, I'm a normal dude with all of you.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Bye-bye.
Yes, keep
bye.
doing that.
Thank you.
Bye.
Keep doing that. Oh,
Keep using your superpower.
only way.
I think you will understand this in a while.
Now you have me interested. Wait a minute. Now you have me interested. Wait a minute.
Well, don't mind me. I'm just preparing myself to school.
Yeah,
I'm
don't you
not
have
saying anything.
don't you have like 20 minutes?
Yeah, but I still have time. Like, if I go out in 2 minutes, I'll still be on time, so
Rain,
it's okay.
if you're late, I'm gonna feel bad, okay?
I will not.
Oh,
I will not. Trust me.
I hope so. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna bring down the time limit. Unfortunately, with the others, I'd love to just have the conversation keep flowing, but we'll host you guys up for a couple minutes, like 3 minutes, and that way we get everyone in while Rain can get to school. Is that okay? Does that sound like a plan? Alrighty, let's do it. Zai, you're up. Hi.
Hello, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I just wanted to say that I really like setup episodes a lot because it really fleshes out the main characters,
Mhm.
and I really love Atsushi as a protagonist.
Yes. I think how vulnerable Atsushi is in this episode as a setup episode is beautiful, right? Like it really showcasing like I don't know. For me, it's like Atsushi is a great protagonist because one, it's like he doesn't know a lot about the world out there because of course he was in the orphanage, right? But two, we're also going through this journey with him and him learning to be vulnerable and finding a home. I think just in the same way that you guys found a home with Bungo Stray Dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I really love how in the agency you really see a lot of people reinforcing the idea that like you can be a really weird and an odd person. I just love that kind of found family in a sense where
Yes.
you're accepted.
Exactly. You have Rain
Yes.
freaking out.
I
over there.
love this trope.
Yeah. I also think that Atsushi, I love seeing a protagonist who's not afraid to let his emotions out. And Atsushi does that a lot. He's a very compassionate person. And I love seeing Kunikida being there for him to like comfort him in all these little subtle ways because he's a very kind of uptight person. And to see him care for like people in all these small ways is really touching for me to see.
Yes.
I think Kunikida is like one of the most like compassionate characters. I really love Kunikida. I'm actually like writing a a fanfic about him.
So, question for you then, Azai. Do you think that Kunikida would ever betray Dazai?
Well, you have to like think about their morals and stuff. And I think you have to see more of their characters later on in the episodes and have them develop more to get a hold on like, okay, this is kind of what they see as unacceptable. And I think Dazai and Kunikida clash, but also complement each other in a very weird but unique and nice way. Like Dazai is a very morally gray character, and we can see how he develops kind of over the story, and you'll see that later on. So I'm really excited to see you react to that. And yeah.
I'm excited to see how they grow closer, and then hopefully, if Evil Ed in my head is right, how it all falls apart and then tries to rebuild itself. That's what I'm excited about. Like, that's an Evil Ed mentality. But Zai, real quick question: you said you write fanfic. When you're dropping the link?
I'm not sure. I'm still working on it. It's in the drafting process. But ironically,
Keep
what
going.
it's about.
Please keep doing.
Ironically, what it's about is like moral conflict. So that'll be fun.
That would be. Yes, I was about to say. When you finish it, please drop it. I'd love to read it.
Yeah, I'll drop it when it's ready.
Sounds good. Any other questions, Zai?
Let me think. Sorry.
No, that's okay. You're doing great. I know I'm learning so much about all of you. All of you have amazing things that you guys are doing. It's like, hey, all right, fanfics. I do this. It's like, yes, yes. Wonderful.
How do you think that we'll see like Dazai as a character more vulnerable, like emotionally, like we'll see a peek behind the mask?
I think what happens a lot is, and I do think we might get a peek behind the mask, but I think that there's so many layers that maybe people get confused as to when he is and isn't masking. So it makes me believe that Dazai might be one of the most mysterious characters in Bungo Stray Dogs because of how he's able to go ahead and deflect and use his defense mechanisms. I also think that we might be getting a bigger aspect into his past, and I hope that we do, that showcases that Dazai isn't the Dazai that he is now, right? And that there's a lot of things that he's able to regulate in a bigger mask that he's learned to put on, or maybe take off, maybe potentially. That's where that role confusion is coming in, or at least I'm sort of questioning, is the Dazai that we know now a Dazai with less of a mask or more of a mask?
Yeah, 100%. Like, and also, I find it interesting how Dazai, like, he's so young, like, he's only 22 years old, and we see how he interacts with people so well, and he's like, he is so good at socializing, and even though he's so young and he's more sure of himself, and I just find that really interesting from what we've seen so far.
How? I'm going to keep that question to myself because I don't want you to walk on a tightrope. I have a question, and I might ask y'all later. I'm going to keep that one in the bank for when it's needed.
The bank?
Yes.
You have a safe?
You have a treasure trove of secret questions.
Yes, on both.
Oh my god.
I have a lot of questions, but I feel like even the slightest bit of answer might actually give away like plot.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
So, okay, question for you. In this world with people with superpowers, would you say that like and this is just a general question, that the amount of like individuals coming and going or maybe being taken out or not is kind of cannibalistic in nature?
What do you mean by like cannibalistic in nature?
Like if there are people or these weird occurrences or people with powers, right? And essentially them taking one another out, um, and even learning. Hold on, actually, how do I phrase this? Even learning about your superpower, isn't that kind of a rebirth if you have superpowers and you're learning about them?
I think, well, yeah, you
Interesting.
have to think about like how abilities develop in itself, and you'll see that later on with world building. Like, do the abilities come from, were they born with it? Do they develop later on? And that'll be showcased later.
Uh-huh.
But I think that the abilities definitely change your life and change you as a person because they can be so unpredictable. Like you see with Atsushi that he he can't control his powers at all. And he can just like have this outburst and turn into a tiger and he was like a man-eating tiger. So I definitely think that it changes your life majorly for a lot of people.
Another question just popped up here. Thank you.
Mhm.
You're getting me thinking here. If the doctor here, right, can bring people back from the verge of death, clearly from what they were doing, why is Dazai still in bandages?
Well, well, you have to think about like Dazai's ability too, because it's like a nullification, and he nullifies others' abilities, so he could. Go ahead.
But is it a nullification when he actively uses it, right? Or is it just on all the time? Wait, hold on. Wait, this is blowing my mind right now. Wait a minute.
Help.
I'm over here thinking like
I'm not sure how to answer.
if those aren't tattoos that he's hiding, and if there's actual hurts or like scars or different things in there, then yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of ways that people interpret Dazai's bandages, and you also have to think about like, does Dazai's ability work through clothing as well, like, or does it just have to be directly to the skin? So there's a lot of like different factors at play here that you could like think about and all that different stuff.
Well, thank you for that. That's now making me wonder even more. Thank you, Zai.
Yeah, of course.
Alrighty. Any other questions, Zai?
I don't think so.
Well, thank you so much for being so brave and coming on here onto the stage and talking with me for a bit. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, my heart was pounding so fast.
Oh, is it? Oh no, you did wonderful. You've done great. Like I really appreciate you joining the community.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's really fun to talk with you.
Oh, I'm glad. Well, come and join us for the next one. I hope that the next episode's really good.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for you to react to it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sai. I'm gonna drop you back down. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty,
Bye bye.
Bye.
There's so many cool people in the community that are coming because of Bungo Stray Dogs. Like, wow, Rain.
I know, but you're attracting the good part, like the chill, cool part.
I hope so, Lena.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, like maybe sometimes they get excited during the streams, but for what I've seen, it's all good.
Exactly. I was about to say what we've encountered have been nothing but amazing, and it's great discussions. Alrighty. So we have our final 2 bits here. We'll bring them on. Adri first.
Oh.
Hi, Adri.
Give me a Hello?
Hello, bueno.
Hello. Sorry, it's just Discord in mobile is so weird because I have to like manually every time I joined a voice chat, I have to manually put it on speaker so I can actually hear.
Oh yeah, no, Discord on mobile's funky is the best way for me to put it.
Yeah, and I don't really. The Wi-Fi's not working right now, so I can't put it in my PC.
Well,
Yeah.
with that, ¿cómo estás?
Estoy bien, estoy bien.
I'm glad.
Hi.
Hi again.
Hello. I'm so sorry. I missed so much of the stream. I only been like halfway through. I was able to like join because ironically, I was doing a psychology homework. I missed it.
No worries. I was about to say you could have been doing your homework and
You're
watching
in the right
streams.
place.
Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to ask some few questions.
Okay.
And I want to clarify that any questions I ask is not like based on anything of the anime, just my thoughts. So
Okay.
if I say something that's like from the anime, it's super not intentional.
You're like, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah. So
Don't
I want
worry.
yes, because I know the moderators are probably so stressed out.
Oh, don't worry about them. They're
No,
gonna
like
kill me
they've been doing
afterwards.
a good job. I wanted to ask, do you think that like Atsushi and Akutagawa, do you think they're like a parallel from each other?
Yes, and in
They
fact,
parallel each other.
and in fact, from the discussion that we had yesterday, uh, 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 where they're supposed to kind of mimic one another, like, but the parallel in this is, and this is why it makes me wonder how much of an active role did Dazai have in Aku's life?
Mm-hmm.
Because then then it would lean into the more bigger parallel of like, okay, one of them has like white, right? And it wasn't Atsushi supposed to have like a black streak of hair?
Yeah.
So then and Aku has black hair with one like white streak of hair, correct?
Yes.
So then it is parallel in nature, but in this version, wouldn't it be like, okay, it depends on the impact as to like, you know, how maybe Dazai or a higher figure played a role in their life as to whether it came out good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or gray, I guess.
Yeah, like they are the definition of yin and yang.
Right.
Yeah, like Akutagawa, he's kind of like what would happen if like Atsushi was like in the Mafia, or like, and Atsushi is like what would happen if Akutagawa was in the ADA.
But with that comes in, I guess, another question. The girl that was in the cell, is she really evil?
Yes.
Or like, because the way I feel about it is like, I don't know, like like you're being forced to choose an action, right? Like in a big way. Like Aku comes through and he tells you like, I'm gonna give you a reason to live, right? And the way I'm thinking about it, sorry to just shoot into this with it, is like,
Yeah.
do they need like, are they even loyal to Aku first off, or would they defect depending on if you give the person a good baseline foundation or something like that?
Yeah, sadly, I don't think we can really tell. Don't know much about her. We only seen like one scene, but it's a cool thought. It's a very like a thought to like chew on.
It's a cool
Yeah,
thought.
I just want to say two things.
Okay.
Like, two things. First of all, I discovered that my lesson is actually on demand today, so I can just read my materials from home.
Oh, look at
which
you.
is a very lucky thing. Second, Ed, you saw the girl for less than 1 second.
Yes. But I already have questions.
Give it time.
No, I have questions and they need answers.
Yes.
So, for example,
No, I can't.
she was in the position, right? The I guess it was like a very respectful position. I forgot the name of it.
Classic Japanese position of like standing, thinking.
Sitting.
Classic traditional position. Yeah.
Yes. But it's making me wonder. The back was turned to Aku, right? It was not like it was her face that was like leaning towards him. So it's like not even as though she's in line with them, right? So there's already a lot that was being showcased just off of the fact that like she was introduced for like what, like 10 seconds? Something like that. So it makes me
less than 10 seconds.
But it makes me wonder, like, is she even there, or is this like what happens to individuals that they capture that like may have some sort of superpower, super ability? And if that's the case, if she is one of these individuals that's like, you know, captured or maybe tortured or whatever that it might be, can she relate to individuals in the agency? Like for example, Atsushi, would she be able to fully relate to someone like that if that's sort of where it's heading to?
I guess you need to find it out.
Yeah, I guess I do. I don't know.
To be fair though, if you like ask questions and more questions, it's gonna be like it's so satisfying. Like whenever you, even if like something is like disapproven or proven is something, right? It's gonna be like even it would be satisfying to know the answers. So
Oh yeah, well that's why I ask questions and I let you guys know sort of what's in my mind, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I always get things right," and I'm like, "I don't. I get a lot of things wrong, but I'm always asking questions because I'm trying to find out the truth." You know?
yeah, because like even if it's wrong or right,
that's-
like it's fun.
Yeah, that's a cool part.
Exactly.
I have another question about Dazai because Dazai is my favorite, so I have to speak about him. What do you think would be the natural development in the future for Dazai?
Ooh. Well, natural development, how so? Like better or
Like
worse?
whichever you choose, whichever you decide.
I think along the way, I don't know why. I think that Dazai's past might actually lead him down a scary path, rather well said. Where, for example, if we come to find out that Dazai was actually involved in a lot of experimentation and stuff like that, or he knows more than he lets on. How do you think that people at the agency would feel, or even Atsushi, especially if they've grown up to trust him in some capacity? Even further than that, do you think that Dazai would want to go ahead and distance himself from everyone? Because ultimately, again, he doesn't want to inconvenience people. And if he becomes an inconvenience because of his past, what would that do for him? It sounds like a very lonely, I don't know, life for Dazai.
Yeah, it to be fair, like Dazai has like as you said, like he has so many masks, and I feel like he doesn't express his true self, and I feel like that's pretty. For me, I feel like that would be very lonely. Like you cannot express yourself for who you are. It could be for like any reason.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. That's why I highlight that, because I'm like, but that's also why he's my favorite character so far, because he's like an onion, right? And you just gotta peel back the layers to try and find out what's under there, and not look at all of the distractions.
He's so interesting. I said, like, I was thinking this, I was like, Daza is like the psychology go to like character to psychoanalyze because he's so interesting to analyze. Like I remember sorry.
I'm also curious about that guy that was drinking the bottle in this episode. What's his name?
Oh, Edogawa.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
About the guy drinking from the bottle, you'll find out pretty soon. I also wanted to point something out about Dazai, more like his ability. This is just a detail, because the name of his ability and the book is no longer human. But the actual, like the Japanese title, like the original one, is Ningen Shikkaku, which can be translated more literally as like disqualified as a human being. So yeah, I wanted to say that because since it's full of literary references.
So then what makes a human?
That's a nice question.
And how do you disqualify human?
I feel like that's an interesting question, especially like, and I don't want to like not limiting myself to like Bungo Stray Dogs, but like let's say like other worlds that have like supernaturals, or like let's say Marvels, like they have mutants, right? What like this? What makes them so like? What makes them say like, oh, what's the difference between like those people and like humans? Do they qualify as human when like they are? There's only like I don't know how to explain myself. Sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
But like it's like once you have like people that are just very 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 similar to what humans are, because we have supernatural, right? In the Bungo Stray Dogs universe, right?
Right.
And it's like, do they count as humans just because they have something different from like in our real world, right? So what counts as a human in their world?
See, now you're getting now you're
Yeah.
getting there. That's a good question. Like, do they even
Absolutely, because from just this point alone, you could just write a full-on essay, easy 30-page essay
Easy
about
30 pages.
humanity, humankind. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, like, by the way, I don't think these are any spoilers. Like, they're not. These are all my thoughts that are not anything to do
No,
with
you're
Bungo Stray
good. Don't
Dogs.
worry.
You're good. Don't
Because
worry.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
I honestly don't remember much because I have the terrible memory, and I I probably forgot like 90%.
Actually, question for you guys: why is the name of the show Bungo Stray Dogs?
I think wasn't Bungo like? Can I say?
Yeah.
I think Bungo doesn't Bungo mean literature?
Yes, it's a literary master, or like it's about literature, because Pun is literature, Go is probably masterpiece or literary masterpiece. I don't remember the exact translation in English. And then there's Stray Dogs, which is just the English words.
Which is just the English words. You said that so disappointedly.
No, it's just I was thinking about the title, and the other part is written in katakana, and I hate katakana. I just don't like the shape of the letters. But yeah, this is just me having beef with Japanese language. It has nothing to do with Bungo Stray Dogs.
Beef with the Japanese language. Oh god. Alrighty. Well, anything else?
I do have a question, but I don't know if it's a if it's a question I could ask. It's not a spoiler. It doesn't have to do with anything Bungo Stray Dogs related, but like I'm unsure if I could ask it.
You want to put it in the chat and spoiler text it? Maybe they can tell you.
Okay, it's not a spoiler. It doesn't have to do with Bungo Stray Dogs.
Okay. Then feel free to ask.
But I was scrolling through the playlist that you have, all the animes that you have. And I was wondering if you have personally seen Fullmetal Alchemist?
Mm-mm.
No?
I have not
Okay.
seen Full Metal Alchemist. I've heard about it. It's
Alright.
such a part of meme culture in general. You know, but I actually sat down and watched it. No.
Okay, yeah. Because I was just wondering.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Of course, Adri. I appreciate you coming on through the absolute best. Thank you so
Thank
much for being
you.
here.
Thank you for having me and listening to me rant.
Of course. Bye. Have a good one.
Have a good time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. I have time for one more person and then I got to dip because I have a couple things I need to do. Rain, are you okay with that?
Oh, of course.
All right.
I mean, you're the boss, so
All
I'm
right,
just
Rain.
here.
Then you get to go ahead and pick who the last person's going to be.
Oh, why? I don't know. Why do I have to choose? Why?
We have Enula there. And we also have Stray Comb.
Yeah, I don't know, because I would like to give everyone a chance to speak. So I don't think that Stray Comet
Let's just do both of them.
spoke. Yeah, let's just do both, because why do
Hi.
I have to choose?
How you doing, Enula?
I'm good. Oh, you put Rain on the spot.
Exactly.
Yeah, why? I want to give everyone a chance to speak.
Well, I just wanted to come on and say hi again because I just had so much fun the other night, and it's been a good Sunday. I've been working on my my Bungo Stray Dogs fan fiction all day, and then I saw that you went live, and I got really excited.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. I appreciate it, Enula.
That's so cool.
One thing I wanted, so one thing too that I just like love being part of the BSD community, and just seeing the fans. You know, I sometimes see posts that then they like I just watched this episode like for the 20th time, but I just noticed this and I saw one the other day, and I just wanted to bring it here too because I don't know if you said this on your analysis or not. I don't remember it, but they were talking about the direct parallel of whenever Atsushi covered the quote unquote bomb with his body. And then whenever we get introduced to Akutagawa, he's actually like literally he set off a bomb. And like just like the parallels between those two kind of scenes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I thought that was like just really cool to.
Yeah, it's a very nice detail.
Little details, yes.
Yes, I thought so too. Oh, I see that Stray's on too. I don't know if they want to say anything.
Hi, Stray. Oh.
Hi there.
No. Oh.
Is it working?
Should I just keep talking until they maybe figure it out?
Yeah, I was about to say, Stray, yeah, I don't think your mic is working on our end. Anyway.
No, okay, well, I'll go ahead and talk until maybe they can figure that out. But no, okay, so yeah, I love this episode so much too. And again, this the way that you really broke down Atsushi, because he's one of my favorites, and I know, you know, a lot of people do say like, oh yeah, they show that flashback scene too much, or you know, he's just like too in his head. But I just relate to him so much. Not to date myself or anything like that, and I'm not even bringing this up to cause any like weirdness or whatever. But it's like it's been over 20 years ago. I was in the military now, but I witnessed some things that it took me until like at least like last year to finally kind of really come to terms with it and realize, you know what, that wasn't my fault. There was nothing I could do about it. And so sometimes whenever I discovered Bungo Stray Dogs and just seeing how he reacted to certain things and how he had that like deep inner just like everything is like because of me, like it just, I think that's one of the things that kind of really drew me into the series. And I just think that the author just did in just the animation studio, everyone just did such an amazing job at kind of really showing that sort of trauma.
Oh yeah. And I think that he's such a relatable character, Atsushi in general, you know, and the fact that you're able to connect with them, right? And hopefully maybe along the anime it made you, I don't know, it's gonna sound bad, okay? I know it's gonna sound bad, but maybe tear up and realize some things, because I feel like this anime can be very powerful.
Yeah, there's a lot of crying moments for sure.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, you know, one of those things again to, you know, see some of the things you're going through in media and just seeing it from an outsider's perspective then just really helps. And then just a couple of weeks ago, I went to this like little convention that was going on in my hometown, and one of the Bungo Stray Dog voice actors was there, and I've met quite a few of the English ones, not the Japanese ones. They don't just come around here, but anyways, it was the voice actor of the the ginger that you pointed out in the opening.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, we can hear you, Stray.
Oh, hi, hello.
Hi, welcome on in.
Hi.
Hey, I'm not a native, so I'm sorry if my accent is showing.
No, you're
But
A-okay.
okay. Yes, I absolutely love this series. Okay, so I put Stray in my name because I generally like things that have Stray in the title. I don't know what that says about my psychology, but I guess I do feel a little bit lost in the world. So, okay. Sorry, while I was checking my microphone, I didn't hear the conversation. So what are you guys talking about currently?
And you'll have met one of the voice actors for the ginger character, the redheaded one.
Oh, well, yes, I know about him. He's the one who sings the intro, if I'm correct, I think. Like the opening. That voice character.
Yes. Yeah, he's the I don't know if I can say names or not before Ed meets them, so that's why I was calling him just the ginger.
Let's call it the ginger.
The ginger.
For now.
Yeah. I mean, he has such great style, and just from his design alone, I think he's one of my favorite characters that I would like to cosplay as. Yes, I'm looking forward to him appearing.
Yes.
So we can talk about him more openly.
Yes. I was about to say, as people make their introductions, you guys will be able to talk about them all you want.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm okay with the characters that we have because my favorite ones are Dazai and Atsushi. So if any of them are my area of expertise, it's the two of them. I love them so much.
Oh.
Um.
Go ahead.
No, I mean you were talking about that before. You know, the Dazai is his name, his ability name, and well, I just think that that's interesting, and I wanted to return to that for a second because well, we were talking about what qualifies as a human, right? And I think that is just an issue of, well, semantics, right? Like, what do you call a human? It talks more about what we as a society classify as important or not important to, I don't know. But if you look at it objectively, I think everyone is a human, right? You were born from human parents and you yourself are a human. So I guess it just means that he feels like he doesn't fit with the standard that we have for people, right? Like, what constitutes as a human? I guess it's people who have certain kind of feelings and certain kind of beliefs, right? And he's so far away from all of that. And I think well, yeah, he just feels like an outcast, right? And I just wanted to ask, right, Ed, your perception of that so far, because we saw the agency. They are a bunch of weirdos as well.
Yes,
So you could say that he might feel right in that.
They are lovable weirdos. I'm like, yeah, they're absolutely lovable weirdos altogether. But one of the big things that comes through, and I guess just touching on that, was Dazai ever a monster for him to ever think of himself as no longer human?
Well, I mean, I guess we cannot really say what he did, when he was back in the Mafia. But honestly, I think that's kind of up to interpretation when he started feeling that way. But like, my question is, has he felt that way always since he was a little child? Like, maybe he couldn't interact with his peers the same way. He saw everyone, like, I don't know, maybe playing together, and he could never connect with them in that way. And maybe he feels like he's broken, like, from birth, right? Because if you feel like you were broken at some point in your life, then maybe you might still consider yourself human. But if you just think that you are something else entirely, maybe you were born differently, right?
Well, upbringing plays a huge role in anyone's life altogether, right? It's also about expectations. Like, it just depends on how you were brought up, right? Because if you're a kid and your parents have insane expectations of you and you fail to connect with others, so you've learned how to mask in order to try and go out and socialize with others. That's one way of going ahead and not even thinking that you're human, or not even like rationalizing what humanity is, right? Because ultimately, there's like a lot of individuals that I know that only how do I put it? Like, rationalize humanity because of what they've seen from TV. And that's because that's all they've interacted with or grown up with, right? So, like, everyone has a different set for what they deem to be human interaction, which is interesting. I don't know. I think with Dazai, it's, I've always wondered, what is his background? What, like, what does his childhood look like growing all the way up?
Yeah, it's a mystery.
It's really a cool, like, thing to say. It's a really nice perspective and a very nice question. All the discussion about what is human, what is not, am I a monster, am I something? But what I wanted to say is, at the end of the day, does it really matter? Because, like, it's okay to think about all the possibilities that someone might have went through during the past, but when you're talking about the present, the future, like, is it really that important? Is it really a key aspect to have, like, this clarification about whether you're something or something else?
Well, I think it's important to, psychologically speaking, to know about someone's past 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
But in terms of humanity in general, if you don't, how you speak to yourself matters, right? And what you've gone through matters as well. Because ultimately, sometimes in life, it parallels itself. And if you're not in a healthy space, and that question or that theme were to come up again, are you going to relapse hard without any support, or would you be able to tackle it head on? And that's a question that I have for Desai. if a theme or something were to come up that tackles whatever his past was and he's not ready for it, is he like, is he going to relapse? And if so, what does that look like? No, not the laughter.
No, don't mind me.
Lena, that's not me. That was not me. My mods are getting me in trouble. They're like, you're asking the questions. No. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just interested. I think this anime is awesome.
No.
I think overall this anime is
wait.
awesome. It has a lot of awesome opportunities.
I mean, yeah, there's
My
a lot
questions
that you
right
can
now
see.
is imagine if you knew. Like,
imagine if you knew.
These are the question that you're saying, like, without knowing anything. Imagine if you knew.
You're scaring me, Rain. Well, no.
I keep thinking about the future of whenever Ed finally does, watch everything and he's all caught up with us and just the conversations we can have then.
Yes, that's going to be very
Oh
interesting.
my god.
To be honest, I just want him to get to the first episode of season 2.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want to discuss.
You have like a set
and
episode. You're like season 1 episode or season 2 episode 1, marking the calendar for it. Oh no.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not gonna have anything else planned that day.
Oh, I'm keeping everything clear. Everything like a free space.
Oh my god.
Anyways, all right, y'all. I do have to head out. I am getting a message that my pizza has arrived, so I gotta get on and head out of here. But I will say,
Yum.
Rain, Stray, I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so much for this conversation. All of you have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
And I hope you're ready
yes,
for.
thanks.
I hope you're ready for episode 5. I'm ready for it. I think that'll be exciting.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Remember,
okay, before you go, just I have a question. Is Ed short for something?
Yes, it's short for Edogawa.
Okay, no, but
no, it's sure. It is sure. It is shortened for my real name.
Okay.
That's the best answer.
Okay. Is it not Edgar?
It is. Hey.
It is okay. So I mean, I don't think this is a spoiler because these are like just names. But Edogawa Rampo, like we were talking about that, like it's literature, right? So that's an author's name, but it is a pen name. Okay, and he took his name from another author who is very popular. I'm sure you've heard of him. It's Edgar Allan Poe. So if you say it like quickly with a Japanese accent, you can say, like, you can see how it becomes Edogawa Rampo, like Edgar Allan Poe. So technically, you do share a name. So that's, I don't know, so that was neat.
Yeah, that's neat. That is neat.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's another one of the many reasons I keep saying that's you.
Well, what's kind of crazy is, never mind, I'm not going to share my middle name because then you guys are going to be like, oh, but yes, let's just say it's very, very, very similar. So,
wow.
Oh my god, the coincidence.
Yeah, the coincidence on this is wild. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. Have a phenomenal night. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you here maybe Saturday, because this Friday I do have an event, and then Saturday is my birthday, so I might just come on and stream at some point in the night.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Be safe, everyone. Bye. You guys can stay on in chat.
Bye.
By the way, y'all can stay on and chat about Bungo. I'm just gonna leave. This is all. I'm leaving it up to y'all. Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
And with that being said, everyone on YouTube, I appreciate y'all so much. Please practice some self-care, and I will probably see you guys later. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this around if you guys like the discussions and, you know, joining the family. You guys are amazing. I'll see you guys later. Be safe. Bye.